Brooklyn, 1979. A 13-year-old boy holds a dead pigeon in his hands. Its neck is twisted. Its eyes are empty. The boy isn't crying. He's shaking, not with sadness, with rage. The kid who killed it is laughing, bigger, older, stronger. He thinks it's funny, thinks he can get away with it, thinks this small, chubby kid with the lisp won't do anything. He's wrong. What happens in the next 30 seconds doesn't just change a fight, it births a monster. A monster that will one day become the most feared man on the planet. This is the story of how Mike Tyson became Iron Mike, and it started with a pigeon. To understand this moment, you need to understand who Mike Tyson was before he became a legend. Brooklyn, Brownsville, one of the most dangerous neighborhoods in America. Poverty, crime, violence. This isn't a place where children dream, it's a place where children survive. Mike Tyson is 13 years old. He's chubby, he has a high-pitched voice and a severe lisp. Kids mock him constantly, call him names, push him around. He doesn't fight back. He can't. He's soft, weak, an easy target. His father abandoned the family. His mother struggles with addiction. Mike is essentially raising himself. No structure, no guidance, no protection, just survival. He finds escape in one thing: pigeons. On the rooftop of his apartment building, Mike keeps a small coop, 6 pigeons. He feeds them, cares for them, talks to them. These birds don't judge him, don't mock his voice, don't hurt him. They're the only living things that give him peace. One pigeon in particular, a gray and white one, Mike names it Julius after Julius Erving, the basketball player. This bird is special. Mike spends hours with it, training it to fly, to return, to trust him. For a kid who has nothing, who is nothing, these pigeons are everything. They're his world, his escape, his only source of love and control in a life that's completely chaotic. Then, one afternoon, everything changes.
It's a summer day, hot. The kind of heat that makes the city smell like garbage and gasoline. Mike is on the rooftop, letting Julius fly, watching him circle the building, come back, land on his shoulder. A group of older kids appears, teenagers, 16, 17 years old. They're from the neighborhood, known troublemakers. They see Mike with his pigeons and immediately see an opportunity. One of them, a kid named Gary, walks over. He's big, muscular, the kind of kid who's been held back twice and uses his size to intimidate younger kids. Gary says, "What you doing with these rats, fat boy?" Mike doesn't respond, keeps his eyes on Julius, tries to ignore him, but Gary doesn't like being ignored. He walks closer, says, "I'm talking to you, retard." Mike's jaw tightens, but he still doesn't say anything. Knows better. These kids are bigger, older. If he talks back, it'll be worse. Gary looks at the pigeon coop, grins, says to his friends, "Watch this." He reaches over, grabs Julius. The bird struggles, flaps its wings, tries to escape. Mike stands up, says, "Don't, please." His voice cracks, the lisp is pronounced. Gary and his friends laugh, mock him. "Please, please don't hurt my pigeon." Mike feels the shame, the humiliation. It's the same feeling he's felt 1,000 times. But this is different. This isn't about him. This is about Julius, the one thing he loves, the one thing that's his. Mike says again, quieter, "Please, give him back." Gary smiles, looks Mike in the eyes, and without breaking eye contact, twists the pigeon's neck. The snap is audible. Julius goes limp, dead, instantly. Gary drops the body at Mike's feet, says, "Oops." His friends laugh, slap hands, think it's the funniest thing they've ever seen.
a fat kid with a lisp crying over a dead bird. But Mike isn't crying. He picks up the pigeon, holds it in his hands, stares at it. His breathing changes, gets heavier, faster. His hands start shaking, not with sadness, with something else. Something he's never felt before. Rage. Pure, unfiltered rage. Gary is still laughing, doesn't see it coming, doesn't see Mike move. 1 second, Mike is holding the dead pigeon. The next, he's launching himself at Gary with a sound that's barely human. Mike doesn't fight like a kid. He fights like an animal. No technique, no strategy, just violence. He tackles Gary. They hit the ground. Mike is on top. He starts swinging, fists to the face, over and over. Gary tries to cover up, tries to push Mike off, but Mike is possessed. He's not trying to win a fight. He's trying to hurt, to destroy. Gary's friends try to pull Mike off. One grabs his shirt. Mike spins, catches him with a wild punch that breaks his nose. Blood explodes. The kid screams, falls back. Another friend tries to help. Mike bites him, actually bites a chunk of flesh from his arm. The kid pulls away, horrified, clutching his bleeding arm. Gary is still on the ground. His face is swelling, bleeding. Mike is still hitting him. Gary's no longer fighting back. He's just covering his face, trying to survive. Someone finally pulls Mike off. An adult from another building holds Mike back. Mike is still swinging, still trying to get at Gary. His knuckles are bleeding. His shirt is torn. His face is twisted into something unrecognizable. Gary crawls away. His friends help him up. They're not laughing anymore. They're scared. They leave quickly, don't look back. Mike stands there, breathing hard, blood on his hands. Some of it his, some of theirs. The dead pigeon is still on the ground nearby. The adult who pulled him off looks at Mike with a mixture of fear and concern. Says, "Kid, what the hell is wrong with you?" Mike doesn't answer. He picks up Julius, walks to the edge of the roof, looks down at the street below. For a moment, he considers throwing himself off, ending it. What's the point? But something stops him. Something new. A feeling. A realization. He just hurt people. People who hurt him. And it felt good. It felt powerful. For the first time in his life, he wasn't the victim. He was the threat. Mike buries Julius in a small box in an empty lot. Doesn't cry. Just digs, covers it, walks away. That night, word spreads. That fat kid with the lisp fought 3 teenagers, bit one, broke another's nose, nearly killed Gary. Kids look at Mike differently, not with mockery, with caution, fear. Nobody messes with him anymore. But something changed in Mike. The softness is gone, replaced with something darker. He realizes violence is power, that being feared is better than being loved. He starts fighting more, looking for fights, hunting. By 14, he's been arrested 38 times, sent to juvenile detention, try-on school for boys. This is where Mike meets Bobby Stewart, a counselor, former boxer. Stewart sees the rage, sees the potential. Stewart teaches Mike to box, to channel the rage, to control it, to weaponize it. Mike is a natural. The anger becomes fuel. Every punch carries the memory of that rooftop, of Julius, of humiliation. Stewart introduces Mike to Cus D'Amato, the legendary trainer. Cus takes Mike in, becomes his guardian, gives him structure, purpose. Cus doesn't remove the darkness, he shapes it, turns a broken kid into a perfect weapon. Years later, Mike Tyson becomes the youngest heavyweight champion in history, age 20. He destroys opponents with a ferocity that seems inhuman, but it's not supernatural. It's pain, rage from a 13-year-old who watched something he loved die. Every opponent sees the same thing in his eyes, that dead stare, the look of someone who learned the world is cruel, that mercy is weakness, that violence is survival. Tyson says the Pigeon incident was when he changed, when he stopped being a victim. When that kid killed my bird, something in me died too, the soft part. Gary, the kid who killed Julius, saw Tyson on TV years later, winning the championship. He told friends, "That's the kid whose pigeon I killed." They asked if he apologized. He said no, too afraid, said Tyson would kill him. He was probably right.
A pigeon, that's all it was. A small gray and white bird that meant nothing to most people. But to a 13-year-old boy with nothing else, it meant everything. And when it was taken from him, something broke, something fundamental. The world taught Mike Tyson a lesson that day. Kindness is punished. Softness is exploited. Love is a weakness. So he stopped being kind, stopped being soft, stopped loving openly. He became Iron Mike, the baddest man on the planet, a fighter who didn't just beat opponents, but broke them mentally before the fight started, who weaponized fear, who turned trauma into power. But if you look closely at old footage of Tyson outside the ring, you sometimes see him with pigeons. Still keeps them, still cares for them. That 13-year-old boy is still there, buried under layers of rage and violence and championships, still mourning a bird named Julius, still remembering the day innocence died and a monster was born. That's the real story of Mike Tyson. Not the knockouts, not the titles, but a kid on a rooftop holding a dead pigeon, deciding he would never be powerless again. And he never was.